Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage, lived a kind woman who wished for a child more than anything in the world. She decided to visit a wise old witch, hoping for a little magic. "Please," she said, "I would love to have a little child. Can you help me?" The witch smiled kindly. "Of course," she said, handing the woman a single, special seed. "Plant this in a flower pot, and you will see something wonderful." The woman hurried home and planted the seed. Soon, a big, beautiful flower grew, its petals closed tight like a secret. "Oh, what a lovely flower," the woman said. As she gently kissed the petals, they popped open with a soft sigh. And there, sitting right in the center, was a tiny little boy, no bigger than her thumb. He was sweet and bright, with a smile that could warm any heart. The woman named him Finnie, but everyone called him Finnie the Tiny. His bed was a polished walnut shell, with soft violet petals for a mattress and a single rose petal for a blanket. During the day, he'd play on a big plate of water where flowers floated like little boats. He'd row around on a tulip petal, using two white horsehairs as oars, and oh, he sang so sweetly. His voice was like a little bird's song. One night, as Finnie slept peacefully in his walnut shell bed, a big, slimy frog hopped in through the open window. "What a perfect little groom for my son," she croaked to herself. Without a second thought, she snatched Finnie, bed and all, and carried him away to the river. She placed his walnut shell on a large green lily pad right in the middle of the water, so he couldn't possibly escape. When Finnie woke up, he was terrified and started to cry. He didn't want to live in the muddy river with the frogs. The little fishes swimming below saw his tears and felt very sorry for him. They gathered together and nibbled and chewed at the stem of the lily pad until it broke free. And just like that, the lily pad began to float away, carrying Finnie far, far down the river, away from the frogs. As Finnie drifted along, a beautiful, bright butterfly fluttered beside him. He was so happy to see a friendly face. He took off the ribbon from his waist and tied one end to the butterfly and the other to his lily pad. The butterfly pulled him along, making his little boat go faster. But suddenly, a big beetle with a shiny shell zoomed down from the sky, grabbed Finnie in its claws, and carried him up into a tree. The other beetles in the tree gathered around to look at him. "Oh my," one buzzed. "He only has 2 legs. Another chirped, "And no feelers. And where is his shiny shell? How strange he looks." Poor Finnie felt so sad and unwanted, but he wasn't ugly at all. He was delicate and kind, like a flower petal. Finally, the beetle who caught him decided his friends were right and let him go, leaving Finnie all alone in the vast forest. All summer, Finnie lived by himself. He drank dew from the leaves for water and slept under big leaves to stay dry. But then winter came, and everything grew cold. Snowflakes fell on him like heavy blankets. He shivered, with no warm clothes to wear. Just when he thought he couldn't go on, he stumbled upon a tiny house tucked under the roots of a tree. It belonged to a friendly old field mouse. "You poor child," the mouse squeaked when she saw him. "Come inside where it's warm. You can stay with me this winter, and in return, you can tell me your wonderful stories." Finnie was so grateful to be safe and cozy. The field mouse had a neighbor, a rich, serious mole who lived in a grand tunnel underground. The mole often visited and loved listening to Finnie's sweet songs. He soon decided that Finnie should marry him, but Finnie didn't want to live deep underground, away from the warm sun and the beautiful flowers he loved so much. One day, the mole was showing them a new tunnel he had dug. In it lay a swallow, perfectly still and cold, as if it had passed away. "Oh, what useless creatures birds are," said the mole with a huff. But Finnie loved birds. That night, he secretly went back to the swallow. He gently touched its feathers and covered it with soft hay and cotton to keep it warm. And guess what? The swallow wasn't dead. It had only been frozen from the cold. The warmth from the hay revived her. She slowly opened her eyes and whispered, "Thank you, kind boy. You saved my life." Finnie cared for the swallow all winter, bringing her seeds and water until spring finally returned. As the day of the wedding to the mole drew closer, Finnie cried. He couldn't bear the thought of a life in the dark. Just then, he heard a familiar chirp from above. It was his swallow friend, strong and healthy again. "Come with me, Finnie," she chirped happily. "I'll carry you on my back, far away to sunny lands full of flowers and light." Without a moment's hesitation, Finnie climbed onto her back, tied himself gently with his belt, and together they flew high into the sky. They soared over forests and mountains, across vast blue seas, all the way to a warm, bright country where summer never ended. There, the swallow landed in a beautiful garden overflowing with blossoms, and inside one magnificent white flower, she set Finnie down. He looked up and saw a tiny boy just like himself, but this one wore a golden crown and had shimmering wings. He was the Flower King. When the king saw Finnie, he smiled brightly and said, "You are the bravest little one I have ever met. Will you stay with us and be my friend?" The Flower King gave Finnie his own pair of shining wings, so now he could fly from flower to flower too. From now on, the king declared, "Your name shall be Sunny Finnie, because you bring light and happiness wherever you go." Finnie was finally home, in a land of endless sun and blossoms, where he lived happily ever after. Thank you so much for watching this magical story with us. If you enjoyed Finnie's adventure, please give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more enchanting tales.